there, but right from breaking barriers to redefining success, women across the world continue to inspire change. And this is a tribute to every woman who is strong, resilient, and unstoppable. Happy International Women's Day to all of our viewers.
I want to ask you, your journey has been something that's been phenomenal to say the least, being one of probably the first inspiring Olympian Indian swimmers, women also. I want to ask you, how's that journey been?
It was an amazing journey, I think, from a 9-year-old who first decided that my dream was to go to the Olympics, and to my parents who never laughed at that dream. I think that's the best gift that they could give me. And the fact that it took me a good, I only qualified for the Olympics when I was 18. So it took me 9 years of hard work. And to now come a full circle where now my 11-year-old twins are into competitive swimming, and I've now become a swim mom, apart from being a swim coach and a director of our swim team. So it's wonderful because I feel like I've really been there and done it all.
Yeah, okay. One thing I have to ask you, a lot of people say that, becoming a mom really changes you. You don't have enough time for yourselves. But what you've shown us, or what you've done is, you've quite literally broken all of those taboos. You've still given your kids so much time. You've pushed them to come into swimming. How's that journey been?
I think for me, the main thing is just being passionate about what you do, right? So the great thing about me, so many years after my competitive career ended, I got to still be in the pool. My friends laugh at me and say, Nisha, nothing has changed. You still smell of chlorine. You still have a lovely tan. You're always in a swimsuit. That's your work clothes. And you're still doing what you love. So I think the key is to find something you're passionate about. And if you can turn that into your profession as well, then that's the best thing ever.
I have to ask you, at the time that you started swimming, there was, of course, there weren't, it wouldn't be wrong to say that there weren't too many women who were into swimming at that time. Would that, be so? So you have been one of the first, in your field. How much pride does that really, make you have? Because from whatever we've been seeing, at least the little time we've spent with you, you're just so down to earth, how much does that really make you feel?
I think it was great because till I qualified for the Olympics, nobody, Indian had actually qualified, male or female. So when I did that Olympic qualified time, it gave hope to so many swimmers that, if Nisha can do it and I race against her in the nationals, I can do it too. And we had another phenomenal swimmer, Shikha Tandon, who went in 2004 and qualified. And now we have a bunch of boys doing the A qualifying. So they're good enough to have made the finals in the last Olympics. So swimming has come such a long way. And I felt it's just because I never listened to the naysayers who said I couldn't do it, this young, skinny kid who is 9 years old with his big dream. And I think that's how it starts off, right? You have to have people who you look up to. Like I looked up to Leander Paes, and I just made it for one Olympics. He made it for 7. So I think you need to look up, dream those big dreams and just go after it every single day.
Hi Hima.
Hi Apida. Hi.
You were an architect by profession,
yes,
and now you are an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Can you talk about your journey from an architect to an entrepreneur?
Sure. Yeah. So I started this before 5 years. So I was introduced into the world of baking by my mother-in-law. Basically, she's a great baker herself. So when my uncle had a small bakery called Panavala Bakehouse, so we used to sell small pieces of pastries and cakes, which was like basically leftovers from our home parties or something. So we labeled it like home-baked pastries and cakes, and we sold it at the at his bakery basically. So that was the time when Eat at Trivandrum and so small food groups were gaining popularity. So we gained some attention there. There were a lot of positive reviews. So that time our star item was red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting. So authentically the availability of that particular product, because I think the Prema movie was also kind of giving it a hype, the red velvet cake. So that became a hit and we got a lot of customers. So at that time I was teaching in a college, College of Architecture Trivandrum. So I became a part-time teacher there, professor there, and then I focused into learning the baking and introducing more flavor. So it was all baby steps. We started slow. Then I did a full-fledged course in baking art, artistry in cake. Then I think I found my passion on the way there. So it was like an opportunity which presented itself, but I found my passion in that.
You said you always had your mother and mother-in-law by your side. That female positive energy that you talk about. So it's Women's Day. Would you want to give a message to our viewers about how when women come together, how strong it goes and what magic it creates. Do you want to talk about that?
I think it is a very underrated thing because I think women handle crisis way better than men. We might appear to be like very emotionally down or something like that, but I think under crisis, under stress, under time constraint, I have seen women perform really better and smart. I think we are equipped like that biologically. I don't know.
Sonaman, welcome to Times Now.
Hello, ma'am.
So, Sonaman, you have been a captivating force in the entertainment industry. You have marked a niche for yourself over there, and you have also been an activist, social activist, and now you have entered into the role of a politician. So what has made you so strong throughout these years, and what all inspires you to take all these roles one after another?
Actually, I belong to such a background. My father was a communist leader, and my mother was my mother is a social activist, and she always raised me in that manner that I can help people and I can understand the problems of poor one. And even though in childhood, in my village also, and slums also, so that my mom always make me understand you should be always be grounded, and you should always understand the problems
Of the other people.
Yeah, and so I'm like this only from the childhood, and I usually participated in plays, in social concepts plays, because my father's birthday celebrated every year, you know.
So अगर बात करें, आपने बात किया कि आपकी इंस्पिरेशन जो है वो आपके पेरेंट्स से मिली, आपकी मदर आपको आपके बर्थडे पे जो है पिंगलवाड़ा लेके जाया करते थे और आपने बचपन से ही वो माहौल देखा है. आपकी मदर का और आपके फादर का कितना इम्पोर्टेंट रोल रहा है आपको एज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग वुमेन रेज करने के लिए?
मेरी मम्मा का बहुत बड़ा रोल रहा है. मेरे फादर ने के असैसिनेशन से पहले ही रोट द लेटर, एंड जो कि गूगल पे भी है, और क्योंकि उनको लगता था कि शायद वो मुझे देख नहीं पाएंगे, बट उनको बेटी ही चाहिए थी. तो वो लेटर 16 दिन की लड़की के लिए थी, एंड जिसमें उन्होंने अपनी सारी स्ट्रगल के बारे में बताया है कि फॉर द प्रेजेंट सेक दैट टाइम वो क्या कर रहे थे, एंड कुछ चीज़ें उन्होंने मेरे लिए बताई हैं कि जो मुझे करनी चाहिए अपने फ्यूचर में. और जिसमें से सबसे अच्छी बात ये लगती है मुझे कि उन्होंने मुझे बोला था कि ना हिंदू बनना, ना मुस्लिम बनना, ना सिख बनना, सबसे ऊपर उठ के एक इंसान बनने की कोशिश करना.